Welcome to the Tricerapop Podcast.
Sing the song. Sing the song.
Podcast time. Time to go to the podcast. Ben and Isaac and Zach are here to give you the news. Sit back, relax. It's time for the podcast. Relax and sit back, enjoy the podcast.
What's the podcast's name, guys?
Tricerapop.
Woo! 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 This is crazy. So, um, this is Zach's first time being in charge of the news. I have not done it
Yeah.
yet. How was it gathering all of the news?
Actually, I was kind of being procrastinated about it. So while I was playing multiverses in between matches, I typed in trailer and I would just go down the list and then movie releases and stuff like that. It's been a minute since our last one, so I just tried
Yeah,
to do the most recent stuff.
that's cool. I'm excited. Isaac, are you excited?
No,
Oh,
I could be probably getting so many girlfriends right now, but instead I'm Tricerapopping.
bro, you know what they say. Anybody?
Tricerapops be getting the lollipops.
That did not pick up at all when you did that.
How did our weeks go, guys?
Um, my week was good. I'm tired. I saw some movies,
Nice.
and that's it for me.
That's it. You're not going to elaborate on the movies in which you saw and what your opinions
Well,
were.
some of them might be
We'll get
news
to that,
related.
Isaac. I have a whole Google Docs.
Okay. Well, I this week I didn't do much, just a little bit of homework because I'm still a growing boy.
Yes, you are.
Yes. And
A
I
Tricerapuppy.
yeah, that's what they call me. That's what they call me. I've been rewatching the X-Men movies, so that's basically it for me.
Oh, cool.
Classics.
They hold up, honestly. They're
The
pretty good.
the Quicksilver scene in the second one, Apocalypse, I think is better than the one in Days of Future Past.
Okay, there was a couple things wrong with that statement, but I get what you're
Several
saying.
things.
I get
Let
what
me
you're
slow
saying.
down and deflect everything.
Wait,
Yeah.
what is wrong?
First of all, I think the Apocalypse might be like the seventh X-Men movie. Um, but it is the second Quicksilver scene, I guess.
You know what I'm talking about, like the
The one you could have just said the Quicksilver scene. I like the
bum.
music better, and I think they went all out, but I do think I think the first one, I don't know, the second one kind of felt shoehorned in. It felt like they were like, oh, the success
Yeah,
from the first one was really good. Let's throw in the second Quicksilver sequence. They
it's
did do really
better.
good. They made it like above and beyond with like him saving everyone, but I haven't gotten to Apocalypse yet. I just finished Days of Future Past, and that scene is still really good, especially with the sprinklers going on.
It's better than like Ant-Man trying to incorporate like his Hispanic friends like crazy stupefying thing, where it's like it's the Edgar Wright scene where they're like cutting in between everybody.
Oh,
Fun fact,
yeah.
um, I just thought this was a fun fact. Turns out that was not something Edgar Wright did. That was
Really?
yeah, that was a myth that someone said. None of the stuff he had got into the movie.
Really?
I think
Wait,
maybe
seriously?
I think maybe some casting choices got into the movie, but none of like his storyboards or anything got into the movie.
That's crazy. That's a crime. Well, it feels very Edgar Wright-ish. That scene does, not the whole movie.
Yeah, it could have been like whatever the word is.
Like he could have helped when they came up with the idea or something.
I mean maybe,
Influenced
but
it.
yeah, it could have been an influence. They could have been like referencing him. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Well,
Zachary,
that's
what did you
not
do
the
this week?
news.
Yeah. I basically just worked really hard. The wifey is gone since Thursday, so it's
Oh
been
yeah.
me and video games and cheese balls. So that's what it's been like. I'm starving and I don't feel good.
That's good,
Have you
man.
been
I
That's
really
good.
don't
surviving?
feel good. This is not a joke. I do not feel good.
You're
Like
gonna
not like
die
I'm
of
gonna throw up like yesterday, but like I know I haven't eaten the right stuff.
you're gonna die of scurvy because you haven't had a meal in forever.
I know the healthiest thing I ate today was a bowl of cherries. I
Wow.
just ate the seeds.
Woo! You just
I
ate
You
the
spit
just
seeds.
out,
ate the
I
seeds.
spit out the
That
fruit
it's gonna
part.
grow a cherry tree in your belly.
Oh my
Cherry
gosh,
in your
guys.
belly.
Wait, I might have to get an abortion. Oh my god, I'm not ready for this.
So anyways, to the news, Zachary.
To the news. Cheesy news intro. All right.
Ooh.
So got a fun list. Got some organization. So I'm gonna start with movies. The big hit over the last weekend was Fall Guy with Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt. I didn't go to see it because I didn't think it was gonna be good. I thought it was just gonna be like a cringy rom-com action movie. Not cringy, repetitive. But I know that Ben saw it. I don't know if you saw it, Isaac.
I did not. Take it away,
I
man.
did see it. I did see it.
How was it?
I liked it a lot. I think that um I was expecting it to be on the same level of Bullet Train, which I really love, and it wasn't. Not that it's a bad thing. I don't know. I thought it was fine. I thought it was cute. I really did enjoy it. Um and there is several scenes where I was laughing. I thought the action was really good. I just felt like it was kind of too long for me. Um and yeah, that's kind of my own I have a few complaints with it. But I thought it was pretty good.
That's good. It doesn't have the same director as Bullet Train.
Yeah, yeah.
Was that David Leitch?
Yes,
If I
sir.
remember.
Yep.
Didn't he also make Deadpool 2?
Did he?
Another
Was that Sean
reference.
Levy?
No, Sean Levy's making 3.
He made Deadpool 2, Atomic Blonde.
Weird.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, Hobbs
Did you
and
say
Shaw.
Atomic Blonde after that?
Yeah, I just
Okay.
now just typed him in the wiki.
Oh, okay. Oh, and the good
Okay.
old wiki.
Oh,
the good
old
we love
wiki.
him.
Oh, we
I'm
love
the
wiki,
wiki
man.
guy. I'm the wiki wise guy. What can I tell you?
We're gonna go to the Wiki Wise guy.
Hey man, you need any information, you go to the wiki. It's no
Uh,
Twiki. It's just
oh.
wiki.
I gotta add news before we get too deep into this.
Go ahead and
I know
add
this
it. Let me
is-
put it in the document. Oh wait, you didn't. Okay, moving on. I'm just joking.
Well, it wasn't. It didn't let me edit it. I will say.
That's on me. Except
So-
one time.
I will say, not to take the spotlight, but a very famous film production company under the name of Knuckle Sandwich Films had a new movie 30 minutes long. It's their longest movie that they've ever made.
Rumor has
come
it it's their
out.
only one as well.
Yeah, come
Well, actually, no,
out.
they bought the rights to Avengers 1, so
So it
I
came
remember that
out.
big move, big move.
It came out earlier this week on Monday.
it was like a
Entitled.
midnight release.
Yeah, it was packed theater, sold out Lucas Oil Stadium, to watch this 30-minute movie, called The Detective on Duty, starring Zach.
Zach Hush, good
Hey,
job making it to
It's
Hollywood.
me, guys. It's
So
me.
this is our first interview. How was it on set being with your all the cast?
I got to give props to my agent for getting me this role. When I read the
Mhm.
script, he convinced me to do it because I was kind of worn out. But props to the directors, Cameron and Isaac, working really well. Isaac with writing the story, and then it was just a fun time. I had a blast.
So
There's some good guys.
rumor has it you tried to give a big kiss and slap on the butt to every castmate. What do you have to say with those allegations?
Those allegations are unfounded, and I cannot recall any events that happened between the beginning of production to the end. I will say I'm a friendly guy, comes across as a flirt. But I just gotta ask, what were they wearing? That's all I'm gonna say, and we'll end it there. We'll end it there.
So stupid. Okay. Anyway, sorry, Zach. just
I
get
feel
your
like
finger. Oh,
I feel like
yes.
it's worthy to tune in. If you're wanting to watch Detective on Duty, you can find it on YouTube under the
Yes.
channel Knuckle Sandwich Films.
The link is going to be in the description. Check it out. It's going to be great. So, that being said, sorry, Zach, I did not mean to overthrow.
No, that's fine. I always appreciate a good plug. Help me get my career going. The next movie popping off is one that got a 10 by IMDb. Furiosa, a Mad Max saga.
Mm,
Apparently, just one of the biggest bombs in like 50 years for a Memorial Day weekend.
it's a pretty
Um,
big bomb.
yeah, which is surprising because I thought people were saying like it was actually really good. I just think
Wait, a
people didn't want to
10?
go.
I have a theory for 10 is good
Yeah,
for IMDb. 10
Oh.
is
or
they do it.
IGN, my bad.
Yeah, 10 is good for IGN.
Oh.
They do out of 10. So, but yeah, I have a theory for why I think it bombed.
Ooh, let's hear.
Is bomb good or bad? I've always thought
Bomb is
bomb is
bad.
bad.
Bomb is bad.
Bad.
So it bombed?
If
It's
you
not
don't
doing
want it
well.
in your house, then it's bad.
It's not doing well as far as making money. I hear it's really good, but it's not doing well. I have a theory. I think my theory is only lined up for me, and it is that I never watched Fury Road, and I feel like a lot of people from my generation haven't seen Fury Road, and I think that's why people weren't going to see Furiosa, even though it is a prequel. I'm pretty sure. I think they just weren't wanting to watch it because they hadn't seen the one prior.
Dang, that's crazy.
But marketing was there. I was getting the trailer a lot.
Yeah, I got it too. I just I wasn't really interested in seeing it. Like there was I think it was probably graduations too. I mean, we're hitting the end of May, so all the last, well, depending on where you're at, most schools are doing their um graduation
This weekend.
ceremonies. Yeah.
Yo, so apparently opening weekend made $74 million. Wait, hold on.
Yeah, it's not that good.
No, so far it has grossed $74 million on a budget of $168 million. I will
That's not
say
good.
I agree. This is the second movie I've seen on this list, Furiosa. I love Furiosa. This movie is so good. And um I explained to Cameron, our friend, that I basically just randomly chose to watch Fury Road one day. And then when I found out they were making this, I was super excited for it. I feel like no, like you said, Isaac, no one's going to want to like kind of go out of their way to watch a movie, a part of a series that they've never seen before. Um,
Yeah, it's because Mad Max Fury Road was like the first installment since what, like the 80s or 90s?
yeah.
It's been a minute.
I mean,
I
it
mean,
did do really good, like Academy wise. It was nominated for like Best Picture.
yeah, I mean, I think the same might happen too this year. I still think, I mean, people really like this. Anya Taylor-Joy is really great. Chris Hemsworth is really great in it. It's just a fun, amazing action movie. And also, did you guys know the director is 79 years old?
Whoa.
Who is
Yeah,
that? Is that
George
Miller?
Miller.
Yeah.
George Miller, literally almost an 80-year-old man directing some insane action like movies. Like this is
That's
crazy.
crazy.
I do feel bad. I know he did say that he would make because the one that a lot of people are wanting is a movie called Mad Max Wasteland, which is supposed to be the sequel to Fury Road, and he said he would only make it if Furiosa did good.
Well,
I
So
that's the end of that.
so that might get picked up by someone else,
Here's the thing
unfortunately.
though, if it wins awards at during the Academy Awards, anything's possible.
Yeah, they
People were
could make a
kind of
big
worried.
push on streaming services.
People were worried about
Yeah.
Dune not, necessarily getting greenlit, but then it destroyed with Oscars. So, I mean, I'm not worried about it. I love Furiosa, so even if we don't get Wasteland, I mean, I'm gonna be upset because I always think what we could have gotten, but I'm happy with what we do have.
I think just the market too, like it's expensive to go to the movies now. It's like $40 to get your soda and popcorn and tickets
Oh,
included. So that's, I mean, that's not too much, but with how many movies they're releasing, not a lot of people want to do that.
it's definitely pushing the like membership at movie theaters now. Like that's kind of the
Yes.
biggest like best bang for your buck. But I mean like
Sponsor.
if
Not sponsored.
but if you're going to like for someone like you, Zach, or yeah, like Zach or our mom, they're not going to the theaters all the time. You're probably gonna go once every other month, if that.
Mhm.
And like, I don't know. So I mean, I don't necessarily get food and drink all the time, but I mean, some people they have to get their popcorns and sodas,
Yeah.
and you're blowing 50, $60. And if you have three people or two people with you, that's almost $100 right there. It's just
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah, it's getting expensive. Like the only plans I have to see is Deadpool and Logan
I thought you were gonna watch
or
If.
Wolverine.
Are you not gonna watch If?
Oh yeah. I'm gonna watch If. I forgot about that. Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
need you to watch If. I need you to.
Yeah.
I
I
want that to happen.
Actually, I'm home alone. Why don't I just get a ticket for it and see it after this? Oh, wait, I'm not gonna go to If alone as a man. That would be
Huh?
so weird. I
Do
just
they
realized
have a
that.
showing this late at night? One ticket for the 12 p.m. showing of If, please. Or 12 a.m.
Can I get
showing
the
of If.
Dune popcorn bucket too? Unrelated.
Oh.
Extra butter, no popcorn.
If
Um,
that I don't know if it is in the news. I didn't check your news thing, but that could be a good segue to something that happened this week.
okay, what happened this week?
They announced the Deadpool and Wolverine popcorn bucket, and it was
Oh,
made as a joke for the Dune popcorn bucket, and it is Wolverine's face with his mouth wide open.
I
And
Is that a
I
thing
thought that
though?
was a joke.
no, that's real. It's real.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I'm about to buy that too.
Yeah, extra butter, no popcorn. That's my specialty.
Oh, are you going to the
Um,
restroom? I can hold your bucket for you. Nah, I'm good.
No,
I'm
no,
good.
I'm good,
Yeah,
man. I'm good. I'm good. Sir, there's
yeah.
only butter in this thing. No, there's not. There's popcorn in there. There's
You
popcorn in there.
understand? It's what I want. Don't ruin this for me.
I paid $50 for this thing. I'm gonna
Yeah.
get my use out of it. Sir, you've been in the
For every
bathroom
movie.
for 3 hours. Oh no, the movie's still going on.
Oh my gosh. They can't kick you out for it. They can't kick you out because it's just with yourself. So you're not bothering anybody else.
Just speaking from
Uh,
personal experience.
yes. If you need a lawyer, call me. Um, oh my goodness. Next bit of news. The one I'm personally excited for, but also extremely worried for. There is going to be a new Lord of the Rings movie just announced about a week and a half ago. Not directed, but produced by Peter Jackson and his partners, including his wife, and directed by Andy Serkis. It's going to be called Lord of the Rings: The Hunt for Gollum, which is based off 20 years before the Ring, before the Fellowship of the Ring, I believe. Um, and it was announced by the Warner Bros. CEO during an earnings call, and everyone's basically worried about it because every Lord of the Rings adaptation has kind of failed. Well, actually, the only one has failed, Amazon, Rings of Power. So I wanted to get your guys' opinions on that.
Did it fail? Rings of Power?
Well, it got a lot of views, but the ratings are terrible.
Season 2 is coming out. I mean, I haven't
Yeah.
seen season 1. I don't know. I guess I'm always excited for anything Lord of the Rings related.
hmm
For the simple chance that it could be as good as the originals, even though it's not going to happen. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
never.
But
Never.
it's like such an icon. I mean, Zach, that trilogy is like one of, if not the best trilogies to ever exist.
Yeah.
I'm super excited for it. I was super excited for The Hobbit when it came out. And I
hmm
mean, I'm not super excited. I wouldn't even say I'm excited for this, but I am intrigued. My interest is taken to
Yeah.
this.
I think
Um,
it's got to be some. Oh, go ahead, Isaac.
Thank you. Hey, it feels good to
There's
have
got to
the
be some
mic
type.
again.
Oh,
It feels
Baka,
good.
baka.
It feels good to finally have the microphone. What to say? What to say? I have a pretty interesting, not really, in my opinion, interesting relationship with the Lord of the Rings movies. I think I've seen all of them, including The Hobbit twice, like the Hobbit trilogy twice, but I can't remember a single thing. The only thing I can remember is Gollum, and I can also remember the "Did you know he broke his toe when he kicked the bucket?" That's all I can
every
remember.
time.
I am going to rewatch them, but I'm kind of wanting to do that like extended cut all in one sitting, waste like
Yeah.
4 days of my life.
That's what I want to
But
do too.
yeah, I want to
Hey,
do
we should
that.
go to the drive-in theater. Rebecca wants
That
to do that.
Are they doing that?
Yeah,
You
some
want-
July they're releasing like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Um, you can buy them. Speaking of the wife, but it's guy time. Whoop.
oh,
What did
No
you?
one could see
yeah, I
that.
think
I
I
What
think
did
she
it
was
yeah,
on the
show?
phone. I think she was on the phone.
yeah, she was on the
Oh,
phone. No one
Okay.
saw that.
do you need
Oh,
to
can
take
you
the
go back?
call?
No, I don't. It's not important.
He'd rather not. Um,
Uh,
I yeah,
go ahead,
but
Isaac.
I never really I really want to get into them and give them a watch now that I hopefully can remember this run through.
Mhm.
I will
hmm
say though, Andy Serkis directing is very interesting because I've only seen one of his movies, and it was Venom: Let There Be Carnage. So,
Oh yeah.
but with
He
Peter
directed
Jackson,
the. Go ahead. I'm so
with
sorry.
with Peter Jackson producing, maybe he can like get the reins on, because I don't know if that
Mhm.
was a studio interference or just Andy Serkis being like, let's make Venom: Let There Be Carnage as bad as possible.
It was actually insane how
Ugh,
bad that movie
yeah.
was. I hope it's not as bad, but wouldn't that be amusing? Wouldn't that be us going in there with some type of hope and we see Eddie Brock playing Gollum?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope one of the Lord of the Rings characters comes across a computer and they hack it by sticking their finger in the side of it.
And he goes, what
Before
are we?
and before you comic fans come after me, I know that was from a comic panel, but still, it's
You hear
dumb.
that, comic fans? Leave him
Oh,
alone. I will say, he did direct the second half of one of the, not the second half. It's a weird title they gave him for the Hobbit movies.
is he like a
Because they
co-director?
kind of, I mean, it wasn't listed that way, but basically, Peter Jackson's old. He's actually retired, so whatever they did to bring him back is kind of a surprise. Um, but basically, when they shot off campus or whatever, when they did all their off-roading in New Zealand, he directed all that. Um,
Interesting.
so they know how to work together, and that's why I think it's the perfect leadership combo. I'm worried the studio is going to be like, set it up for like a multiverses thing. Let's make another one, and you can't do
Yeah.
that with Lord of the Rings,
I
especially
think that
since the rights are everywhere.
I think that hopefully with someone with the amount of like gravitas that Peter Jackson has, now he has so
Mhm.
much respect for the movies he's made. Hopefully the studio and Andy Serkis don't get too carried away.
oh, that
Yeah,
thing about him directing a segment from the movie is interesting. I'm pretty sure that's what Quentin Tarantino did with the first Sin City. I'm pretty sure he directed like a few of the action sequences, so he's listed as like a co-director.
Really
I'm pretty sure, yeah. Good movie.
good movie.
that's good. Speaking of good movies, my segues are terrible. They're not as good as Isaac's.
I know. It takes a while to be like me.
I know.
What
I
can
hope
we
one day
say?
I
It
can
takes a
be.
little bit of me.
Well, Isaac's a boy, so the movie that came out we're talking about is Boy Killed World.
Okay.
That's my segue.
What a segue.
It's got the dude who plays Archer, Bob's Burger, that voice. I don't know who that voice is. Um, and then uh, it's got I don't know. I don't know who it has
Really
actually.
extensive research from Zachary
Yeah,
over here.
I did. I typed that one in because I know Aunt Sarah and Ben saw it. I was not too interested in it. It looks like something I'd stream instead of go to a theater for, as you can
Wow.
tell, because I didn't go to a theater for it.
Well,
Well, might as well ask Ben since apparently he and my mom saw it.
yeah,
Yeah.
so apparently my mom and I saw it. I didn't know about this.
Wait, did you
Um,
not?
I better tell mom that we saw this movie too.
What'd you guys see?
Fall Guy.
Not the Fall Guy.
Oh, I messed up. I messed up. I messed up.
Hey, listen here. You did not beat yourself up. Hey, you
Oh,
pull
oh,
yourself together.
oh,
You
because I'm getting beat up in San Francisco by
no.
me. Okay, did anybody see Boys Kill World? Boy Kills World?
No.
No,
Boys
I haven't
Okay,
Kill
we
seen
World.
will.
I haven't seen a single thing. Like I haven't seen a trailer for that. I've seen one photo when they were making the
I
movie.
almost all right. If it makes you feel better, um I bought a ticket but never went.
Nice.
Okay,
Just
okay.
showing love to the theater at this point.
Yeah, yeah. I was
Yeah,
like, hey, cool.
sponsor. Okay, well then we will just move on. Man, speaking of the waves in Ben's background, um, Moana 2 teaser trailer came out.
Ooh.
Um, so I watched that because I was like, is this another cash grab? And you can't really tell with the teaser trailer. You can't really tell.
It
Um,
broke some records, I'm pretty sure.
oh, it did.
How?
Yeah, some no, like not the movie. The like
Oh,
it's like one of like Disney's like biggest like trailer like as far as views is
wow.
in like some odd amount of years or something.
That's
This
pretty good for Disney. They've been on a down streak. What was their last?
The last one was no, the last one was Wish, and that one did
Oh.
Oof,
horrible.
yeah.
So I've not seen Moana. Who has? Have both of you?
I have seen it.
I've seen it.
It's
Is it
really
good?
good.
And don't call me a little girl. It's an adult movie.
It's really good. It's really good.
So, little girl.
He had to poop a little.
I also saw that movie in theaters with my own homemade Dune popcorn bucket. Before it was even cool. Before it was even cool.
I don't know if that one will show in the final cut.
Yeah. I was thinking of actually recommending this because my wife's out of town. So I was like, you and the family can listen to this on the road trip. But we've mentioned the popcorn bucket like 4 times now, and I don't think anybody can listen to this with their family.
So I think, anyways, I didn't realize Moana was the girl until I looked it up. I thought Moana was Dwayne Johnson. So when I didn't see him in, when I didn't see Maui in the trailer, I was like, oh, did they just recast Moana? But no, I'm just stupid. It looks good. It looks really good. Makes me want to watch the first one if I'm being honest. So
The first one's really good. It's one of those movies that ends and then you're like, it doesn't need a sequel. So it's very interesting as to what they're gonna do for the sequel.
mm,
Um, I'm also scared because I heard that Moana 2 was originally going to be a TV show and they made it a movie,
Oof.
and sometimes those things don't go well.
wait, they
Um,
condensed a like possible 4-hour TV show into
I don't shoot the messenger. I could be saying some lies here, but I'm pretty sure that's what I heard is that it was originally a TV show and they're making it a movie instead. Also, it's weird because they're also currently making a live action Moana.
yeah, Cameron said leave it to Disney to make a reboot and a sequel for the same movie. It is
Yeah.
Yes.
I
at
don't,
the
They
same
just
time
love
too.
milking.
the thing is, I know a lot of people get upset with the live action counterparts because it's like, why are you doing it? Why are you making a worse version of the movie? And it's like, I can kind of get where they're coming from with Beauty and the Beast and Cinderella. They're wanting to reintroduce these stories to children. But when you're remaking Moana, a movie that came out like not even 10 years ago,
Yeah.
everyone's already seen it except for Ben. So it's
Yeah.
like, why are you remaking it live action? For who? For Dwayne
I feel
Johnson?
like this has to be something that was funded by Dwayne Johnson. It's probably like I'm sure he flashed a few hundreds and was like, "Hey guys, wouldn't it be cool if we made this movie?" And Disney's like, "Yeah, it would." It's definitely something he's behind. But also, I
Yeah.
guess it makes sense if it was Disney to just to decide to reboot a movie that's not even been out 10 years ago.
I
Yeah.
hope Dwayne Johnson sneaks in his tequila company in the movie.
Yes. Maybe because he's gonna have a crazy wig for that show.
That's true. I forgot he's
Movie.
bald.
Yeah. Maybe he hides the tequila in his wig and he's like, "Oh, I'm thirsty." That's probably what's gonna happen.
That'd be my
Calling
guess.
it. $3,000 bet.
Okay. What's the next news, Zach?
Speaking of betting, I don't know how
Ooh.
far you guys have gone with it, but Fox is betting on success with Shogun. It got renewed for seasons 2 and 3. I don't want to spoil it for anybody because they only mentioned one actor coming back. Oh, I did. Actor's male. Oh no.
So
It's the main guy. There's no spoilers.
Is that the
He's the
what's his name? The guy that's like really good in everything he's in?
Mr. Shogun.
Yeah, is that
Yeah.
Mr. Shogun? What's his name?
he was in King Kong. He was in
Well, I will
Monarch.
say
Monarch. That's what he was in.
Monarch. So I'm wondering if okay. Last episode, I thought you said Shogun was only going to be a 1 season and it's done.
Yeah, it was. They were gonna do that. Because it's based off a book. They're going. I think they're going too crazy. It's based off a book, and it ends there.
Uh-oh.
But it had like if you saw it and you didn't realize it was based off a book, you're like, oh, this show clearly has huge potential, because it left on a cliffhanger in the finale.
Yeah.
but I think they are really just going to try to be like, let's just make it Japanese Game of Thrones, and I don't think that's going to work out. I don't think
Yeah.
you can't do it with the same crew because everyone was like, oh, okay, it's a book, we know what it's based off, and now they got to write a whole new story.
Well, and that's the thing too. I mean, those writers, none of them made the story I mean, as far as I know, right? It's the author of the book. That's why it's so
Yeah.
good. That's kind of the Game of Thrones effect. Seasons 1 through 4 of Game of Thrones are widely known as being the best because that's what the books had up to. Everything
Yeah.
after season 4, the author did not finish the books, so they just hired their writers to just continue writing. So yes, Game of Thrones had huge potential, but the books weren't finished. So writers who didn't know how it was going to end write their own ending, and that's why seasons 5+ are just bad compared to
Yeah.
what was
That is
originally good.
true. That is true, but also I'm not saying you are, but this is just to throw it out there. He is not trying to discredit the writers who work on the shows because they still have to write the book into episode formats,
And that's
which can be
true.
challenging.
Yeah,
Oh,
no
yeah.
disrespect, no disrespect, man. I'm just saying, like,
We
also
love our writers.
it
Our
could be
writers. They write.
it
We write
could
these
be
episodes.
it's not even on the writers, it's onto the producers to pressure the writers into a situation that they're probably not necessarily comfortable with because
Yeah, this is the stuff that will give us our third writer strike. It's like
exactly.
it's the
It's
stuff
like,
we need to watch out for.
keep doing this, make us more money, and then Shogun season 2 and 3 could tank so bad, and then next thing you
Then
know,
people are
Shogun's
losing their
considered one of
jobs.
yeah, and then you can see Shogun being considered one of the worst shows ever, and it's like that stinks. That's how people lose their jobs, and like
Mhm.
Isaac said, that's how strikes happen again. So hopefully it's
Yeah.
good. Hopefully, we're knocking on wood here.
For the
Uh,
writer's sake,
I'm knocking on the palm tree.
I'll knock on your palm tree as well.
I knocked on not even my computer, on this drawer next to me, and somehow it is blurring my face. I didn't even touch my PC.
I wonder who we're talking to right now.
Oh no.
You are so.
What did it do? Let me try. Okay, here we go.
There you
exactly
go.
the whole
He's
time.
back. He's back.
Yo. Oh no, you guys
Oh.
will see me in my underwear.
And speaking of back, we will be right back. And we're back.
Alrighty.
During the break, I flew over here to San Francisco to be with
Oh
you.
my.
But
oh my
I'm
God,
on
I
the
think you're close to
opposite
me.
side. I'm on the opposite side of you, on the opposite side of the bridge.
I'll be right there.
No, is that? Oh, is that?
I'm just playing.
Oh, he's
Um,
just joking, guys. He's just joking.
Isaac died and is now an angel because he was a good boy. Because he
Yep.
did his homework this week.
Yeah.
Speaking of school, trailer came out for the final season of Umbrella Academy,
Mm.
starring so many people. I don't know their names. I remember seeing the first season a long time ago when it first came out.
Yeah, it's been a while since that show started.
Yeah, I think they got setbacks during COVID. I
Probably.
couldn't remember, but
Is that the show with the fish head?
Yes, that's in like
The-
the newest season, I'm pretty sure.
The aquarium head thing?
Yeah.
Oh.
yeah. You guys see the trailer?
I did.
Yes,
I
I saw
remember
the trailer.
watching it. I remember watching it and hearing that it was the fourth season. And I
Mhm.
said to myself, I was like, interesting. Usually shows end on the fourth season nowadays. And then it said final season. So my intuition was correct. That's
Yeah,
that's my 2 cents for this
I mean,
topic.
kudos to Netflix for finally being able to end a series.
Yeah.
Hopefully this one actually works out for them. I will say that being said, I've not seen, is it Doom Control? What is it called?
Nope.
Doom Patrol.
Dune Patrol. I have not seen Dune Patrol. Wait, is that what we're talking about?
No, not at all.
Umbrella Academy.
Oh. I've not seen an episode of Umbrella Academy, but I like Elliot Page. I like a lot of these other actors. I don't know if it's, I mean, I might watch the first season to see how it is. It looks
Yeah.
cool. But I don't know. I just hope Netflix doesn't do the stupid thing that they always do, where they take a random pause for the final 2 episodes and then like post them a week later. That doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
Don't do that anymore. That's
I
stupid.
I don't know if this
I hate
one's as
that.
big as Stranger Things is, so I feel like that might really backfire if they tried that.
Yeah,
Stranger Things
I
didn't
think
make
it's
any
got a
sense because it
cult
wasn't even the final
following.
season.
Yeah, I don't know what they were doing.
Yeah,
What's that?
I think they have a strong cult following. I think a lot of people pushed for it to ending. I don't think it's definitely not as big as Stranger Things, but I think it has a
Mhm.
significant amount to where they're like, yeah, we could end it and get a lot of viewership.
I think they're making a wise choice and not trying to wring it out. I've heard of the Umbrella Academy for a while. I don't know why I haven't checked it out. It hasn't seemed that interesting to me, but I might. It was a
Yeah,
good trailer.
it makes. Yeah, I liked it. I'm gonna start watching it again. I didn't. I began season 2 a long time ago, uh, like 3 months ago, and then I never. Then I was like, I need to watch the first season because it's been years. But
Hmm,
it's a goofy show. I like it.
that's cool.
The next bit of news, The Bear season 3, a show I'm trying to get my wife to watch with me, but she won't. Um, so I don't know when I'm gonna watch it. It may be a while. It may be a while. Because I don't want to watch it without her. But obviously, great cast. It looks amazing. I love that they're showing him kind of getting crazy, like how all chefs, not all chefs, but how just the cooking industry can slowly make someone become very mental, as the British say.
Bad.
Yeah, bad.
Bollocks.
Oh,
This was actually the one trailer that I didn't watch
Really?
because yeah,
you had
because
one job, so
I
you're
really
fired.
want yeah, I know. I disobeyed the rules, but I really just I don't know. I'm already going to watch this season, and since it's coming out like in a month now,
Mhm.
I don't want any extra information. But you guys are
Yeah.
free to talk about anything about the trailers.
So I will say, Zach, have you seen seasons 1 and 2?
Nope, still trying to get my wife to watch it. She says I don't want to watch it because I know what a kitchen is like. I'm not going to be able to watch something that's going to be over dramatic.
I don't think it's about cooking. It's not. That's what they're doing. It's about the characters, and I mean, that'd be my argument. I will say, I love the Bear. I love the Bear season 2. I liked the Bear season 1. This looks like I'm going to really love it. My only complaint is I think the trailer shows too much. I think that, and I am kind of worried that with season 2, I did not watch one single trailer, and I loved what I got from it. I loved being surprised by the cameos. I loved not knowing if they're going to end up being successful or not, or where the show is going. I love not knowing any of that stuff and being surprised. That being said,
Hmm.
I feel like I have a good idea on what's going to happen in season 3, and that kind of gets me a little worrisome that they showed too much. And I hope they didn't. And if they did, I still hope it's really good. I'm still going to watch it either way. It's just I think as far as trailers go, you don't need to necessarily, especially with shows. I think the Umbrella Academy does a good job because I have no idea what that show's about still after watching the trailer. And they're really
Mhm.
relying on getting I feel like when you're making a trailer for a season 3 or a season 4, your worry is not necessarily to get people that haven't seen the show wanting to watch season 3. You know, this is now for the people that have seen the first 2 seasons, and you're basically just trying to kind of renew them to watch the third season. So I feel
Yeah,
like they didn't need to show as much.
the Umbrella Academy trailer, I did like that. I haven't seen the first season. I've seen like 4 episodes, and it does feel the episodes I saw felt like the season 4 trailer, where it's just like absurd wackiness that doesn't really need an explanation.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
yeah, as far as the Bear trailer is concerned, I'm excited for the trailer. Or nope, I'm excited for the show, not for the trailer. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
yeah. Put that on a t-shirt.
Second.
Anyways,
To second one bit one. Oh wow! To
That's
second
embarrassing.
what Ben said. My bad, guys. This is my second podcast. About the trailer showing too much. I definitely agree with that because I haven't seen the show, and when they were showing it, and I was like, oh, okay. He goes, it's just like the good guy becomes the bad guy type of vibe. Gets
it's
too
kind of what I'm
focused on the
getting.
goal, and maybe that's like a mid plot. Like they'll turn around in the middle of the season.
In season 2, they kind of toy with that, I will say, without spoiling.
Okay.
There's a lot of like him getting wrapped up in his own life and not really considering others. And
Mhm.
that so it's not like it's a complete turn and they just announced it in the trailer, I will say.
They're doing a good job at like easing him into this complete mental breakdown that he's about to have.
Yeah.
But every single time, every breakdown he's had so far has been like easily fixed or fixable, I should say. But we haven't had that moment where it's kind of like no turning back, for him as far as like a character goes. Hopefully, Carmi can. That's the character name. Hopefully, Carmi can get some help. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if we're gonna be real, the bear is within all of us.
And I
And
think that
yeah, it makes that noise inside of us.
And I think
does.
when
It's like
we
muffled
become the
though.
bear, next news.
Next news. Next X-Men 97. We mentioned it on our podcast several weeks ago. The finale was coming out. I don't know if you've watched any episodes since then, Ben, but me and Isaac, that show was amazing.
It
Amazing. Already renewed for seasons 2 and 3.
yeah, that show
Wait, so is it gonna be X-Men 98, 99, and 2000? Wait,
I
yeah.
don't know.
If numbers still work that way, then yes.
I don't know. I don't know if they would do it like that. They might. Who knows? But
Are they gonna continue so much they're gonna have a 9/11 episode?
dude, I always wondered because especially in the X-Men movies, since I've been rewatching them, they do a lot of toying with history and what the X-Men were doing. And
That's right.
I always thought it would be funny if the X-Men were like, it wasn't an inside job, it wasn't terrorist, it was Magneto because the whole building was full of non-mutants.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, no,
That's
That'd be
crazy.
crazy.
that is
I
yeah,
still
that
feel
is
like
a
it's too soon for that.
yeah, it's a bit of a risky joke. But the X-Men 97 show was really good.
Oh, it was phenomenal. I mean,
It was amazing.
there's not
It's
an animation I've had that's just so impactful.
yeah, a lot of people have been saying like Invincible might be the best Western animation right now. But I
Mhm.
think X-Men 97 took that. X-Men 97's legitimately like it's almost perfect. It's in my
Yeah.
like new top 5 TV shows because it is really well done. Everything from the
Agreed.
animation to the dialogue. The dialogue might be the best part of the show.
Oh, it's
It
so
is
good.
it's like I know people say it's not made for kids, like they say a lot of that stuff with like Clone Wars, but with this
Mhm.
show, I don't think you'd understand what they're talking about because they
Yes.
like all of the characters speak like poetry almost, and like
Mhm.
they're all using metaphors and
Every
everything. It's
gambler
like
has a tale.
that is a line that is borderline spoilers. But that show is really good.
Went over my
Seppuku
head.
time.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I
Very good.
recommend everyone watch that. That one's amazing.
Yeah.
I will
Speaking
say
of
though,
amazing shows. Oh, go ahead.
I will say I'm pretty sure before the show came out, one of the showrunners was fired or
Hmm.
let go, and but it hasn't been released as to why. And I'm hoping that we do not see a quality change in the next 2 seasons because that guy's no longer there.
Yeah. What do you know what position he had?
I know he was one of the showrunners, but I don't know if he was like a lead director or writer or anything.
Maybe he was giving ideas they all refused, and the show
Yeah.
did really good, so they're like he was useless.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Anyways, next piece of
Um,
news.
The Fallout show, Amazon just released its analytics for it, and coming on the tails of it didn't beat Rings of Power, but it came close. It was the second most watched show.
Is that spoiling things, Ben? I don't know what you're.
I'm fixing these.
Oh, okay. I thought you were
I can
covering
hear
your ears.
ears clear.
I thought you were covering ears for spoilers. I was like,
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
let
wait
me
a
cover
no,
my
I'm not gonna
ears with
mention the
my
show.
AirPods in them.
No, already renewed for season 2. Microsoft is rumors are spreading that they're pushing Bethesda to push out the release of the next Fallout game because not only did it break records on Amazon, it broke records for Fallout 76 player base. It broke every Fallout game had the highest player count since in 5 or 10 years, I believe, on Steam. So there's just a total just revival that the show is giving to
That's
the
awesome.
video
I
game
know, I know New
franchise.
Vegas got a big kick because the show takes place like the closest to New Vegas as far as
Mhm.
location wise and timeline wise.
Is New
Yeah.
don't spoil the whole show for me because I am 6 episodes in. Is New Vegas in?
In the Fallout show,
Yeah.
yeah, they tease it. They tease it. That's like
Oh,
that's their big ending
Yeah.
like stinger.
that's so awesome. I hope
Yeah,
they do that.
that character looks off into the distance and you see the strip.
Really? Oh, that's
Yeah.
so cool. Oh
It's good.
man.
I don't know what they're gonna do because it takes place after New Vegas.
Yeah, it takes place
So
10 years after, I'm pretty sure.
and
Which
I
means
mean,
we're not going to get any of the characters, which is interesting. It spoilers for New Vegas.
yeah, for the
But
15-year-old game.
yeah, but I will say it is it is like kind of there's a sad element to it because one of the main characters, if you don't know of New Vegas, Benny, who wears the pinstripe suit, is played by Matthew Perry, which is
Oh.
which it would have been cool if he was still alive and if they did
Mhm.
end up working him into the show just to like because that'd be cool if he just because it's a big actor who did a video game role and if
Yeah,
he
that's
got
the
Yeah.
called
thing.
back years later to reprise the role that would have been
That's
cool.
so cool. Well, we've
Yeah.
seen that happen. I mean, The Last of Us 2 casted uh Jeremy Wright. Right?
It's close, I'm pretty sure if that's not right. It sounds close.
Either
Is it
way,
Edgar
uh
Wright?
no. Jeremy White or some or Jeremy
White. I
Wright.
think it's White.
I see. But anyways, Last of Us 2
Jeffrey.
casted Jeffrey Wright. So they Last of Us 2 casted Jeffrey Wright to play this, voice actor role, and now Last of Us 2 is keeping him in the same role. Though I will
Mhm.
say like Last of Us 2 had really good animation to where it looked like Jeffrey. But I mean, I'm a big fan of them bringing back these actors to play even these like smaller actors like the Troy Baker and
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what's her name that plays Ellie? Ashley
Ashley.
Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah, even though they're not necessarily like A-list actors, I still love giving homage to the people because without them, we wouldn't have the likable characters that we do have or the video games.
Yeah.
That's why I'm
Yeah.
pushing for what's his face to be in Cameo. He's the Bethesda guy.
Todd Howard.
Todd
Yeah,
Howard?
Todd Howard. I
Yeah.
need Todd Howard. Well, I will
Yeah.
say, do you guys think they'll make a Skyrim show at all or try to?
I
There was
think
an
that I think
interview. Oh,
oh
go ahead.
no, I mean if you know more than I do, then go ahead.
Well, it's not much more, but they interviewed him, IGN. Actually, it's actually very sweet because he was like very shocked that they gave him a 9 out of 10, I believe. Because if you guys don't know, Starfield's been getting a lot of hate, so this is the next project he's been behind. And he said that the Fallout show has been offered several times. This is not the first time. It just the way it happened was more natural. And he said Skyrim's been offered, Elder Scrolls has been offered, and he said his plan is he's going to say no to everything, unless it happens like how Fallout was, where it was just kind of natural and it worked itself together. They weren't just like, hey, Skyrim's popular, make a TV show. And I can
Yeah.
respect Todd Howard for that because I think he really does love Skyrim and Fallout, obviously. And I think it's wise to say no to everybody who's just looking to make money off an IP.
Right.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, look who's involved with making it too. You've got Chris Nolan's brother that is directing episodes for the Fallout show. Like that's insane. So
Yeah.
I'm hoping that the chips fall in the correct spots because I want to see a Skyrim show. I really do. And there's
I'm kind
so
of
much potential.
I'm kind of on the opposite side, honestly. I feel like Fallout, I feel like first of all, I feel like what they did with Fallout was really smart to where they didn't try to retell the story of one of the games.
Mhm.
Instead, they were like, "Hey, this world is really cool. Let's tell a story in the world." And I don't know if you can really do that with Skyrim because for me, Skyrim's kind of just your everyday fantasy world.
Yeah.
I think
And it has
that
more
you definitely
lore.
can. I think
Skyrim does
there's
have a lot
tons
of lore. You're right. I think they could make something based on the lore aspects of Skyrim, but I don't know if they could make one that takes place in like Skyrim time.
Yeah, I think the only issue that they do have and that they're going to run into if they do decide to go through with making this a show is that it is immediately going to be compared to a Game of Thrones and is immediately probably going to be
Mhm.
called like a Game of Thrones ripoff and all this stuff because that's just
Yeah.
immediate like that's any fantasy show that comes out that's not Rings of Power is has that view of it's going to be under a magnifying glass. And if people are not interested by the first few episodes, they're going to dog on it
Mhm.
like crazy and call it Game of Thrones wannabe. It's a trash show. I mean,
Yeah.
it is could be a can of worms.
Yeah, I was mentioning the lore to you, Isaac, kind of to like support your opinion there because it's Fallout has the bomb, 200 years of basically nothing, and then the Fallout games, and
Yeah.
then stuff sprinkled throughout. That's easy to work with. But Skyrim is literally, I think it's like 1,000 or 2,000 years of literal creation, deities and gods. Not only the games that have been sparsed throughout, um, and then you have Elder Scrolls Online, which is lore that takes place over the
Mhm.
whole world, and books that talk about random times. So you're gonna have
Yeah.
to take a lot more to digest, a lot because you can't retcon stuff. People are gonna hate that.
Yeah.
Um,
I think
and
I
so
think
you,
here let me do a little bit of wordplay here. I think what you should do, you would have better luck with an Elder Scrolls adaptation instead of a Skyrim adaptation.
mm,
Yeah, yeah. Here comes the
yeah,
applause. Here comes the applause. Oh, they're going. Oh,
we
I
have
can
that
hear them.
sound
They're going
effect.
crazy. Yep, yep. Oh, they're putting on a t-shirt. Oh, thank. No, I don't need one. I remember what I said.
Oh. Well, anyways, so Zach, what do you got next for us?
So ending off on video game shows. See how I plan that. We're gonna go to video
Ooh.
game news.
Ooh.
So this is what I think this is our second podcast episode. I don't think it is. Um, and it's gonna be our first time mentioning video game news, which is not really that powerful because it's only our second episode. But first time video game news is going on Tricerapop. I'll say it. I'll say it.
Let's say it.
Multiverse
He'll say
is
it.
back. Uh,
Woo!
Multiverses. Whoops. Not multiverse. And I know we've all been playing it, having fun with it, but I'm gonna just say it is garbage compared to what it used to be.
It somehow runs worse
It
than the
is
beta.
it is
Yeah.
crazy. I'm a LeBron James main, and I never thought I would say that outside of a video game that's not 2K related. But I love playing as LeBron, but it gets really irritating where every 20 seconds your frames freeze up and you don't know what you're doing. I hate loading into a game thinking, am I actually loading into this game? Is the game
Yeah.
going on without me? I don't understand what's happening half the time. Zach and I were literally playing this before we started recording, and I think of the 10 games we played, we literally lost connection to 5 of them. And we were
Yeah.
playing like private servers. So I literally have no clue how the server, and maybe it's an Xbox issue, but I don't understand how bad the servers are right now. I still think it's a fun game.
Yeah,
There's a
it's
lot of potential here, but they gotta fix it, man. Especially for a game that's been in beta for like how long?
well, it
You
was in
gotta
beta and then
clean it
they
up.
shut it down for like 2 years and they apparently didn't work on it while it was shut down because
Well, they reset everything.
interesting.
They switched engines to Unreal Engine 5. To be fair, it's a lot of work what they did. They literally that's like taking apart a car and then you put it back together in a different car. You swap parts. Like it's difficult to do. It's not easy. But I think they rushed it and I think they shouldn't have focused on that. They should have just fixed it with the current engine. I don't know what was wrong with it.
Yeah,
Um,
I think they're really excited to come back. So they added like Agent Smith, Jason, the Joker. Um, but
Banana
yeah,
guy.
Banana Guard.
Guard, yeah.
Right.
But yeah, it does run horribly. I don't know if you guys are finding this struggle. I'm having it. It's harder for me to navigate through the menus than it is playing the
Yes.
game. The game runs smoother when I'm actually playing than it does when I'm selecting what game mode I want to play.
Really.
Yeah, or when I like switch tabs to go over to the shop, it like freezes every single movement I make. But LeBron James, unironically, is a goated character.
It is so fun to play, man.
Yes. He's fun. I will say I only play unless I'm playing with you guys, I only play 1v1. I don't know why that's what I've always done. and it runs smooth on 1v1. I've had no issues on PlayStation or Xbox. 1v1 is great, but it's not built. They literally made it for 2v2. That's your abilities are for allies. Your stuff works better when you're working with a person. There's comps, but it's just like it's just not good. They should have made it 1v1 and then added the party element later, because you
Yeah.
can't play it how it's supposed to be played. Moving on to the next bit of news. I don't know if you guys saw it because you guys are Xbox weebs, but
PlayStation?
PlayStation's State of Play. They did another one Friday. I watched it. The two takeaways I took from games I thought we'd be interested in. They just look like either really good or really bad. But Concord, I don't know if you guys saw the trailers for that.
Is that one of the ones you sent?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I did see that one.
Yeah, it just looks like a sci-fi Overwatch.
Concord looks bad, man.
I think Concord looks bad. I think the other one you sent actually looks good, but I
that
think
one
Concord
looks
Marvel
more
does.
like
Rivals.
Overwatch 2 than the other one.
Yeah, the Marvel one Rivals looks like a lot more like Overwatch than I felt like the one you sent. I feel like Concord looks more like a Valorant
It's an
Siege
X
kind of
Defiant,
thing.
man. I think it's gonna be a game like we're gonna play like Rogue Company or something. That's gonna be popular for like a few months and then just gonna die off immediately.
Well, if it's free, it'll have popularity. If they sell it for any amount of money, there's no way that game's getting any traction.
That's true.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just I don't know if you guys saw the cinematic trailer for it. It's like Blizzard. They pumped either all their money or they just worked a guy to death, because the cinematic trailer is amazing. It looks literally like a single player game. Like I'm watching a cutscene to a AAA game. It was great. And then the characters were funny, and it was kind of goofy, kind of cringy, but that's okay with just a cinematic trailer. But then it shows the gameplay, and I'm like, this looks so slow.
Yeah.
So, but
I mean, it doesn't look fun. I'm on Xbox anyways. I'm not gonna play it.
mhm.
But I mean, the next game you sent, I thought kind of looked a little fun. Not gonna lie.
Rivals did look
Yeah.
fun. I would be tempted to buy it if my friends bought it, but
Yeah.
I would rather it be free because that's what I would rather the whole world be. But I think
Oh, I
It's
thought you
free.
were saying, like,
Marvel
purchase.
Rivals is going to be free.
Marvel Rivals is going to be free. Good
Yeah.
job at segueing what I was saying, please. Thank you. But yeah, Rivals does look really good. I actually thought it looked better because I know they released images like a few weeks ago and it looked like people really couldn't tell what type of game it was going to be. All we knew it was a
Yeah.
multiplayer Marvel game, but you
And
could
I'm glad they
definitely
I'm glad they showed gameplay. I
yeah.
think this could be a trailer
Yes.
that they could just hide behind it being Marvel characters, show some. I mean, we've seen it happen before where they show these Marvel characters and explosions and stuff, and it just be a card game or something. I'm glad they showed gameplay. I think the gameplay looks smooth. I think it looks a lot like Overwatch. I mean, I'm not gonna buy a PlayStation for it, but I mean, it does look like if I were to have a PlayStation, I would for sure have it and play. I think it'd be fun.
Yeah. I usually get upset because I just feel like with battle royales too, there's just like no new genres of games. I think like Helldivers is not a new genre, but it's been a while since we've had a PvE swarm game that's been popular other than Black Ops Zombies. At first I was like, okay, well we're just getting Overwatch games now. But it makes sense for publishers to do it because Overwatch, no one plays Overwatch anymore. At least I don't think, since the debacle with Overwatch 2. So I think they're just kind of tackling on the power vacuum that Overwatch held for, sheesh, what, 8, 9 years?
Yeah,
Yeah. Is it a PlayStation exclusive?
yeah.
No, I don't think Concord is either. It's weird. State of Play is like Sony talks about their own stuff, but they also will show games that are going to be open for everybody.
Xbox does the same thing. And then they'll say like Xbox exclusive if they're showing something. But I mean, that's how the Xbox showcase is.
I
Yeah.
saw one thing from the State of Play that I was interested in.
Was it Astrobot?
Yeah, the Astrobot platformer.
What is
I
Astrobot?
deleted that. I didn't think you guys would like it.
Astrobot it's that game that the PlayStation came with that we were speedrunning and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I didn't hear much about it. Is it its own full game now?
I actually I took it off because I didn't think you guys would would actually be interested because it's more of a PlayStation thing. But from what I saw in the trailer, it's going to be their own game. But of course, the trailer's a trailer.
I love doing those things on those dudes.
Oh yes.
Huh.
So, anyways, Zach, is there any more news?
No, there's nothing else. We can end it
Nothing
here,
else
guys.
happened this week.
What?
Well, I mean, hey, that's a pretty chill week.
Yeah. I
That's
mean,
it,
at least
guys.
unless I missed something, do you guys want to add something?
Nah,
I
nothing
can't
from
think
here.
of anything major politically or, pop culturally. So,
Yeah, because you know we
I
can
think-
tackle
I'm
all
not
those
doing
grounds.
politics, I'll tell you that.
You know, don't
Yeah.
mention politics at the dinner table, and don't mention it at the podcast table.
Nope. Even though we're a
Anyways,
bunch
fam.
of woke Californians.
Mm.
So, that being said, I think that was a success. This is the end of it.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I think it was great. I'm excited to do the news next week. Hopefully, got good stuff for y'all.
Comments
I'm
Once
nervous.
there be
below.
no news.
Comments below as to who your favorite Tricerapop was this week.
Yeah, yeah.
Based
Yeah,
off looks.
hit us. Hit us.
Isaac
up
is a
with the-
minor.
Yeah. So I guess I will not be getting any votes unless Drake
Hit
is
us
in
up
the
with the
comments.
Q and A's, guys. We know we have you guys have a bunch of questions. We love answering questions. And
Mhm.
actually, I'll read one question that someone sent us right now.
Oh, okay.
Well, not right now, but it was
Oh,
during the
yeah.
podcast.
Yeah. Okay.
There's one for both of you guys. One for both
Interesting.
of you guys.
I'm ready.
Isaac actually has two.
Okay.
Oh, popular.
So Isaac,
You know me.
yours is the first question is when do you turn 18?
I Can you read the username on that one?
It says Mr. Kringle. I don't know.
Okay. Well, I turn 18 this summer, July actually. And I know he's saying that because okay, I see why he's saying that. He's saying that because I said I was going to see the Deadpool 3 movie and
Yeah.
he was just making sure I was of age to watch
Yeah.
the movie.
Yeah.
And I will be. I turn 18 early July, so don't have to worry about that. It's fine.
And his second question is would you date me if I was your age?
Huh. Okay. So maybe I was wrong when I interpreted his first question, but
Isaac, you think about that. Zach actually has another question.
Okay.
Zach, what is your daily routine and how do you look so good and how do you keep your body in tip-top shape?
My
personal
daily
questions.
routine has been salami and cheese balls for the last couple days. What I do is I make sure I'm in the loop with everything. So while I play a video game on my PlayStation, I will play a TV show on my phone. And usually I get nothing done throughout the day, but I keep in the loop for the podcast. And yeah,
That's great.
that's my daily routine.
That's great. And then, one more question. This coming from a username of Liddy LeBen. I'll go ahead and answer this one. They said, "Hey Ben, I think my brother is kind of cute. Is that weird? What do we all think here?"
If your brother's cute and you can't ignore the fact that like it doesn't
Yeah.
mean you're attracted to them, right? It's just an
Right.
objective thing. It's like my mother's pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean,
not
I'd
gonna kiss
kiss
my
my
mom.
mom.
Oh.
Oh.
Thank you for those questions, guys. We love the questions. Keep them
We
coming.
do. Yes.
There's another
All
one
right.
that just came in actually right now. When are you guys ending this episode? Oh,
Well, Zach has to sing us out. So Zach,
Yeah. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3. Podcast time, podcast time. Time to end the podcast. Thanks for listening to Tricerapop. Tune in next week for more news. We'll be here all day. Enjoy your day and relax. It's time to end the podcast.
Woo!